Tabor Talk. So getting right into this, looking at Joe Rogan's I listen to every single podcast in its entirety. Perhaps not all the MMA stuff, although I am an MMA fan. As I've said many times, I've been training in the martial arts for over 30 years. I was there in the beginning, UFC 1 in 1993, so with the Gracies and all that. So I love it, but, I like other stuff too. I like when he has writers and scientists and comedians. Joe is the best interviewer in the fucking world. He's great. He's the best. I love him. But here's the thing. So I'm looking at his webpage here. His site, the podcast site, and 4 MMA shows in a row. All right. So Josh Thompson, and I listened to it in its entirety, and I loved it. And I just finished listening to Usman's. Camaro's, I always mispronounce his first name, but Usman, the champion, welterweight champion. That was a great podcast, and I love him, and I actually did a video on that. But then we have Frankie Edgar, and I like Frankie Edgar too. And then Rafael Lovato Jr. So that's 4 MMA podcasts in a row. I'm like, Joe, what are you transitioning to just UFC, MMA, combat sports? I mean, Joe, come on. And I heard last week, I think it was, I don't know what we had on, but maybe a couple of weeks ago, Joe said, I've had Tulsi Gabbard on the podcast, I had Bernie on, but that's it. And he goes, I keep getting Biden people and Elizabeth Warren and all these other people who want to come on my show. And I say, no. I'm like, Joe, why? You're a great interviewer. You bring out stuff that other broadcasters don't, other journalists, Joe, you're this down-to-earth great guy. Please have them on. And then there's another thing Joe said. He goes, I'm constantly turning away guests. He goes, I like having my friends on. I go, Joe, I love your friends too. I love Eddie Bravo. I love Bert Kreischer and Duncan Trussell and Brian Redband. All those guys, I think they're awesome. And Tom Segura, I listen to them all. And who's the Tony Hinchcliffe? They're great. And actually, Brian Redband. Oh, who's another guy? Fitzsimmons. He's awesome too. I have a great time with that. But man, really? 20, 30 times your friends? Come on, Joe. Please have some more better guests, And I think Joe said, well, fuck it. Let Mark Moran have the celebrities. I mean, you got to love, and that's part of Joe's appeal, his charm, that his ego is totally in check, doesn't give a fuck about celebrity. But man, Joe, open it up a bit more. I know you had, who did he have on? Iron Man, what's his name? Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr., a couple of weeks ago. So that's an A-list guy. He has from time to time. Joe's had Mel Gibson on and all that. Mel Gibson was a few years ago. So they were talking about stem cells, not the celebrity stuff. So, okay, Joe Rogan, love you, but man, get some... I don't want to see Bert Kreischer 100 times. All right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.